Welcome team. So we're back again. My name's Alex, this is Jess doing a workout for you. Today is going to be a bit of a hybrid session, so a combination of some strength and some cardio rounds. We're going to have a bit of an ab finisher. Alright, so if you want it to be more of a cardio based session, just do the exercise with a little bit less tempo or a bit quicker. And if you want it to be more of a strength based one where it's going to burn the muscles, grow a bit of muscle, slow down those movements, make them harder, load them up with a little bit of weight. All right, in terms of equipment today, so if you've got a couch or a bench or a chair, it'd be awesome to have that set up ready to go. Water bottle, towel, and a mat. All right, as you can see, Jess is nice and ready to go. All right, before we get into our session, we're going to do a bit of a warm up. So I'm going to get Jess to start from the ground up with her warm up. So we're going to start with a calf stretch. So some sweeps. So she's trying to get her leg as straight as possible and then sweep to the floor as close as she can. Nice. Now our next one, we're going to do an inchworm into a push-up. Okay, if you don't want to do the push-up yet, if you're not warm enough, you can just hold a high plank. All right? I'll get Jess to show both versions. So that's the high plank version. And then she's going to do the push-up one. Use the variations. Use the variations today. A bit too keen on that rep. Use the variation that you prefer and that works for your body. And we'll go through that 5 times, Jess. All right. Once she's done her 5th rep, we're going to get into a quad stretch. So she's just going to hold that leg back. Oh, got one more. My bad. I'm rushing it today, my bad. So next one, once she's done her 5th rep, so we're doing that quad stretch, so holding that leg back, squeezing your butt muscle, and you'll be surprised by how much more of a stretch you get through the front of your leg when you do that. All right, and then she's going to do the same thing. If you want to add an extra dimension to that stretch, you can tilt forward a little bit. So just leaning forward into that stretch just a little bit more, and that will get a little bit more of that quad. All right, and hopefully you're working on that balance at the same time. All right, next one's going to be called a windmill. All right, so we're pushing our hips back and we're taking our hand towards our toe and we're looking up to that top hand so our chest rotates around. Really good one if you're doing a lot of sitting for working. Really good one just to open up your chest. All right, the next one for our yogis, or if you've done yoga before or Pilates, you might have tried this one. So you're going to be on all 4s on the ground. All right, and we're going to do what's called a cat-cow. So you're going to arch the back, looking up to the roof, and then tuck that chin in and round your back up. So like that. So there, and then arching that back, and then pushing the floor away, rounding up that back. Cool. So chin tucked in and then round out that back as much as you can. When you're trying to arch that back, look up to the roof. All right, when you're trying to round it out heaps, look down at the floor. Again, if you're doing a lot of sitting for work, this is where your back's going to get sort of stiff and tight, so it's a good one to take it to its full range of motion. All right, our next one, team, is going to get us nice and warm if you're not already. So we're going to go 10 high knees and then a reverse lunge. With the lunges, make sure the knee is tracking towards your toe. We're going to go through that 5 rounds, build the speed each round. Nice. All right, if you want to make it harder, you could do just 1 reverse lunge on each leg. That's right, and then 10 high knees. If you want to make it harder, you could just do the reverse lunges with a little bit of a jump, okay? Again, listen to your body. If you're really wobbly and you can't control that, I would rather you step back and do the easier variation. All right, so trying to build that intensity as we go. We've just got 2 more rounds. All right, once we do this, we'll get into our exercises. Completely up to you here, team. So I'm going to go through all the exercises now. If you want to fast forward ahead and just copy along with what we're doing, feel free. All right, it's going to take a couple of minutes just to demo all of the exercises. All right, so in our first round is going to be our weights round. So we're going to do what's called a Bulgarian split squat. So we're going to do what's called a Bulgarian split squat. So Jess is going to have that back foot on the bench. That front knee is tracking as much as she can towards her second toe. So not her big toe, but the toe just on the inside of that. Alright, and she's got 6 reps on each side. To make it harder, you could hold her weight up at the front. The next one is a squat 1 1/4. So we've got the full rep and then a 1/4 rep down the bottom. At the very top, try to lock your knees out and feel that through your quadriceps or the muscles through the front of your legs. Okay, those 2 exercises paired are going to use your glutes a lot and your quads. Our next one is called a donkey kickback. So we've got 12 on one side, 12 on the other side. This one's a bit trickier to load up. If you've got some ankle weights, you could use some ankle weights for this one. So really important with this one, so you're trying to brace your core through here, keep this nice and steady, and we're trying to extend through that hip. All right, that one we're trying to feel through the back of the hip, not through your lower back as much as you can. So that's our first round. Again, like I said, there's going to be a few exercises to demo. If you want to skip ahead and start in the round and just copy along, that's completely fine too. Our next one is our cardio round. Okay, so we're going to do what's called speed dips. So they're dips on a bench or a chair, but we're doing them as quick as we possibly can. So this round, the idea is to get our heart rate up as quick as you can. Nice. If you do it with your legs out further, then it's harder. Legs in closer, it's a little bit easier. Okay, so pick the variation you want to do. Next one's fast step-ups. Okay, so a couple ways we can do them. So as normal step-ups, as Jess is doing, as quick as she can go, or changing those feet really quickly. You just got to be mindful not to catch your foot on the edge. Okay, quite a hard variation to do the whole time. Next one is plank jacks. Okay, so it's a core exercise, but we're moving those feet nice and quick. So they come out, come in. Okay, really important we're keeping that lumbar nice and controlled through here. Okay, so we're not losing that control and sagging that belly button towards the ground. Next round, we have another round of weights. Okay, so it's going to be a push-up with a pause. So the pause is going to be at the bottom. All right, a bit of a pause and then driving back up. So a bit of a pause, driving back up. So there's 8 reps of them. All right, next one is on the ground. So lying nice and flat, like so, and then lifting that hip up towards the roof. All right, with this variation, guys, you don't need a lot of range of motion, and try and get that leg behind your body a little bit. So instead of it being in front of the body, have it slightly behind, raise that heel, and we're lifting that leg towards the roof. All right, so we've got 8 on each side for that. And then our next one is a hamstring bridge. Okay, so similar to a glute bridge, if you've done them before, we walk our feet out a little bit further. All right, wherever you feel comfortable, the further you walk out, the harder it is, and then you bridge up and down from there through your hips. Pretty tricky, huh? Yeah, okay, so obviously the further out you are, because Jess has got quite long levers, quite long legs, out far is really hard, and then in closer, you can use a little bit more glute and sort of take some load off the hamstrings, okay? So it depends on what you guys want to work on. You want to work on more glute, bring your heels in. You want to work on more of your hamstrings, the back of the legs, walk those feet out. All right, our last round is a cardio round. So we're going to go a forward run, about 4 steps, backwards run, about 4 steps, and then you've got 5 squat jumps. All right, we do have a lot to remember, so don't stress if you can't remember it all. I will yell it out before each round. Our next one, 30 mountain climbers, and that's on each leg. Okay, so 60 total, or every time you bring your left knee through, count as a rep. We've got 30 of them. Our next one is a lateral run. So from about where the bench is to about where I am standing. So Jess is just going to slide across and then push back across. So every time she gets back, counts as 1 rep, and we're doing 5 of them. Again, don't stress if you can't remember. We will yell out how many reps of everything you need to do before each round. We do have a finish at the end, but I will explain that when we get there. So I need you guys to get set up for the Bulgarian split squat. So the one on the bench, we've got the squat 1 1/4, and the donkey kickbacks. All right, get ready, team, and I'll start the timer. All right, starting our first round in 3, 2, 1. We have 6 minutes to get as many rounds as you can possibly get through. Okay, so she's got 6 of those Bulgarian split squats on one leg and then 6 on the other leg. If she wants to make it harder, she could hold a weight. So this is our weights round, guys. So you can slow down the tempo and go a bit slower and more controlled And we want that tension through the front of the legs for the first 2 exercises and our glutes for that last exercise. Okay, if you have some weights at home, you can load it up. If you guys love cardio and fitness, you can turn to more of a fitness, just do the exercises a little bit quicker, like our cardio rounds. All right, the goal there would be to get your heart rate up as high as you possibly can. All right, we are 1 minute down, team. All right, really important. If you want to keep yourself accountable, try and count how many rounds you get through. We'd love to hear it. Post it on Yammer. All right, so let us know round 1, 2, 3, 4, how many rounds you got through, and you can compare to your workmates across the world. Nice. So with this one, we're really trying to imagine keeping that brace to our stomach and driving our heel to the roof, trying to keep this as steady as we possibly can. Okay, the steadier you can keep that lower back, the more we're gonna feel it in those glute muscles, okay? So Jess has finished 1 round, taking about 1 minute 30. So the goal for her will be to get through roughly around 4 rounds, okay? Because in that last round, we're gonna have a bit of a sprint to the finish. All right, doing well. So if you don't find any exercises particularly hard, feel free to load them up, okay? So both of those ones, you could hold a weight at the front, so dumbbells or a kettlebell, whatever you've got lying around at home, or even just a water bottle that's nice and heavy. All right, any little bit of weight will make that exercise a lot harder. Nice work. And she's doing a great job. You can see she's doing the full rep, and then she's coming up a quarter, dropping a quarter, all right? Then at the very top of that rep, she's trying to lock out that knee, which is going to use those quad muscles even more, that full extension. Nice work. We're coming up to halfway, team. All right, so whenever you get it roughly the halfway point, so if you're through about 2 rounds or 1.5 rounds, whatever you get to at the halfway mark when I shout it out, I want you to try and double what you get. Well done. How's the quads feeling? She's still smiling. She's still smiling. Doesn't matter how much she's hurting. She's still smiling. I love it. Well done, team. Keep going. Remember, this is our strength rounds. The idea is to go slow, controlled, feel it in the right spots, okay? Really trying to make sure with this one we're bracing our core. The little trick would be to tuck your chin in and then trying to extend through that hip. Well done. So we just hit halfway. I think Jess has just got out 2 rounds. All right, so my goal for her would be to get through another 2 rounds. All right. She might hate me for it, but we're going to try. We're going to try. Well done. Nice work. Try and keep that knee tracking to that second toe. So your big toe and then the toe just next to it. That's where we want to aim the middle of our knee going towards. Well done. I like to imagine pushing that knee to the outside wall. Okay, and that engages our glute and gets that quad working even more on the leg that we're trying to work. Same thing with this one. So with our squat, so the weight's coming down into the middle of the foot and we're pushing our knees to the outside wall. If you have a mini band, so imagine if your knees are collapsing in and you have a mini band, it'd be a good idea to put a mini band on that you can push out against. Well done. We've got 2 minutes left. Jess is still on target to get through roughly 4 rounds. For that last round, we want to be nice and warm for our first cardio round. So I'm going to ask Jess to go a little bit quicker just in that last round. So not as much tempo on the way down, a little bit quicker. Nice. Still try to lock down that lower back as much as you can. Chin tucked in, and you're trying to aim that heel towards the roof. Well done. Keep going, guys. Good stuff. You can see Jess has picked up the pace a bit. So we're going to be nice and warm for that cardio round. And I want it to hit the ground absolutely running when we get there. Well done. Minute 30 left, guys. Keep going. Yeah, you can see as you start to get a bit of fatigue, you might be a bit wobbly. Good idea, as Jess pointed out in her last session, good idea to make sure you got something to hang on to wherever you get your setup. To make sure you can hold on to like the edge of a couch, or you got a stick that you can hold on to. The more stable you make yourself, the easier those reps are going to be, the more we can feel them in the right spots. Nice work. And you can see she's nice and stable because she's pushing her knees out to the outside walls. Nice work. We are under 1 minute left. All right, a little bit quicker tempo now. We're going to see if we can finish off that last round. Well done, Jess. Come on, keep going, keep going. 30 seconds left. stuff. Keep it going, 25 seconds. Quads burning?
Yeah.
Good. What we like to hear. Nice. Lock down that lower back. Try and get the heel to the roof. Got 10 seconds left. Try and finish the exercise you're on. Challenge yourself now, a bit of a speed round. 3, 2, 1, well done. And you can see Jess wants to finish off that round. Smashed it. All right, so we have a minute to recover. So if you have a drink handy, feel free to grab a towel, grab a drink, wipe down off any sweat. Our next round is our speed round. So we're trying to go nice and quick. Just a quick reminder. So this round is reps of 12. We've got speed dips, okay, like dips off the bench like Jess was demoing. I'll give her a second to have a drink and relax. The second one will be fast step ups. So the dips on the bench. The closer your feet are, the easier. Further out they are, the harder that'll be. All right, you've got the two variations. So you've got the normal step ups, or you can do the extra fast step ups where you're just swapping feet. All right, and then we have our plank jacks, okay? Idea being our core is nice and braced, lower back's nice and braced, and our feet are moving nice and quick. All right. Well done. The funny thing is I can see Jess's heart rate, so I can know when to keep pushing her and when to step back. All right, good to go, team. This round again is 6 minutes, but it's our speed round, okay? I want to hear how many rounds you get through on Yammer. Well done, Jess. Keep going. Good stuff. With those dips, guys, so the ones done on the bench, we're trying to feel it through the back of the arm. Really imagine having good posture, pulling the shoulders back. With this one here, you will feel it a little bit in your glutes, in your quads, okay? But it's not a isolated exercise like it was so much in that last round. Again, this one, we're going to try and feel it through the front of our core, okay? If you're feeling it in your back, I would much prefer you just to hold a plank for 10-15 seconds. Well done. So Jess has finished her first round. Goal is to maintain that pace, okay? So we're on pace right now to get 6 rounds. Well done. Looking really good. Good stuff. And we're into some fast step ups. And you can see she's taking on the harder variation because she's super fit. We've got an absolute beast of an athlete in the house. Good to see. And then our next one is our plank jack. So she's a little bit ahead of 6 rounds for the whole 6 minutes at the moment. Well done. So if you want an absolute athlete to try and hang on to it and potentially beat, this is the girl to try and beat. Well done. Okay, so that's her second round complete. And then she's got her speed dips again. Remember, good posture, pick the variation. So she's going a little bit closer with her feet, and that's so she can go a little bit quicker. All right, and then she's going to go those fast step ups. Hold on, Jess, keep going. So we're almost 2 minutes down in this round. It might feel a little bit harder because we're going a little bit faster. Heart rate's up a little bit higher. Make sure if you're feeling dizzy or if you're feeling a little bit out of breath, just step back, grab a drink, let yourself recover. Okay, but if you're still feeling good, you still feel like you can push, I want you to try and get through as many rounds as you can. Hold on, Jess, we're closing in on halfway. Just making sure we're staying braced to our core. We shouldn't be feeling this jolting through that lower back. Well done. Definitely in yellow zone. Good. Try and keep that chest nice and tall. Shoulders pulled back. And we're trying to feel this one in the back of the arms. Well done. I think this is the start of the 4th round, right? Doing well. Absolutely killing it. On track to get 7 rounds. Maybe 7 and a bit. Woo! Great work, great work. Those quads will be absolutely burning. Our next round, we're going to have a bit more of a focus on the back of our legs. Okay, our glutes and our hamstrings. So those quads will get a bit of a rest. Those muscles through the front. Well done, Jess. Doing really well. We literally just ticked over halfway. All right, depending on how hard you've been working, I want to see if you can take it up a notch now. A little bit quicker. Jess is working really hard, so it'd be awesome to see her maintain that pace for the whole set if she can. Well done. 2.5 minutes left. Start of the 5th, I think. Well done, well done. Should be mindful not to train Jess too hard because she trains me for the next session, and it's going to be interesting when I do my next session, I think. Well done, looking really strong. So if the back is starting to fatigue, do you want to just demo just holding that plank? So it's almost like a recovery on this exercise, just letting yourself catch your breath on that one. So you can do a plank instead. If you're feeling good still, I want you to do those plank jacks. All right, we've got under 2 minutes left. Pull those shoulders back, fast tips. Let's go, Jess. Into her 6th round, okay? So if you're trying to follow along, she just hit her 6th round. Well done, minute 30 left. This is our final sprint home, okay? In our cardio rounds, we're trying to get our heart rate up as high as we possibly can in the last minute 30, okay? Bit of a sprint to the finish. Well done, Jess. Keep going, keep going. Nice work, nice work. Well done, team. Got 1 minute left on the clock. Well done. This is our last little sprint. You've got a heart rate monitor. I want you to see now how high you can get your heart rate. Bit of a challenge. 45 seconds left. Well done. Keep going, keep going. Hold on, Jess. Come on. Get this round done at least. I think this is the end of the 7th, right? You can tell Jess can barely talk, so you can absolutely understand she's working as hard as you guys out there. 15 seconds left. Let's see if we can start the 8th round. Come on, come on. 10 seconds left. Couple dips, couple dips. Well done, rest there. Awesome work. I'm going to give Jess a breather. So she's got her towel just to wipe off any sweat. She's got her drink bottle there. I'll demo the exercises, give her a bit of a breather. So in our next round, we're looking at a strength round, okay? But our 2 different variations for push-ups. Could even use a bench and make a 3rd one. So the 2 main ones. So on our knees, we're dropping down, pausing, and then driving back up. We have 8 of those. Okay, then we're on our side. Actually, I didn't demo the other exercise. So the other variation of a push-up on our toes, dropping down, pausing, coming back up. Could do it off a bench, okay? Anything that's like a 45 degree is halfway in between that. We've got our leg raises. So lying nice and straight, heel behind the back, and then lifting that up. So we've got 8 pulses on one side, 8 on the other. You'll notice I'm not going up really, really high. This one works with just that middle bit of range. Okay, and then our last one is that hamstring bridge. The further out we are, the harder it's gonna be. Okay, so getting ready, guys. Have your drink handy if you need it. And our next round is going in about 10 seconds. All right, going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Awesome work. So we're aiming for that pause every rep. It's just gonna make it a little bit trickier on our chest. To make it even harder, you can go down a little bit slower. To make it, a little bit faster would make it a fraction easier. So pick the variation that you guys need to do. All right, so with this one, so we're setting up, we're trying to have that heel slightly behind the body and then slightly angled up towards the roof through the heel or the back of the foot. So what I mean by that, so try and turn your foot that way. Yep, you'll feel a bit more of a burn. Yep, we're trying to fill this up nice and high in our glute, okay? Yeah, it's a bit awkward, but you do get a bit more of glute. All right, and we're just working, you'll see Jess is just working that middle bit of range. She's not working a really high range because she doesn't need to, and we'll overuse muscles that we don't want to use for this one. All right, next one, we've got a hammy bridge. Okay, so choose how far you want to walk your feet out. Drive up. So the closer your heels are, the more we're going to use our glutes. The further out we go, the more we're going to use our hamstrings. Okay, so your choice of where you want to have that. And we've got 16 reps of that. Quite tricky. Alright, this isn't a speed round, guys, unless you really love cardio and want to get as fit as you possibly can. This is more of a slow, controlled round, alright, making the exercises harder by going a little bit slower. Well done, okay. Again, with our push-ups, there's some variation you can do. So if you want to work on the back of the arms, you can go a bit more narrow with your hands. If you want to work on your chest, you can go a little bit wider. Alright, so it depends on what you want to work on as to how wide you place those hands. I try and have my elbows back behind my body, so not up nice and high. Down, keep those elbows there. Alright, let's go, Jess. Looking good, let's go. So we're coming up to our half-time, sort of, not break, but halfway through this round. Good. You can see Jess is going a slow tempo, but it's still quite tricky because we're using those small muscles and we're picking the variations that are hard for her. Nice work. Again, like all exercises, if you want to make it a fraction easier, quicker tempo. You want to make it a fraction harder, a bit slower tempo, walk the heels in a little bit. Well done. All right, we have about 2.5 minutes left. Trying to pause off the ground will make it very tricky. You'll have to keep your core braced. We don't want to sag through that belly button towards the ground. You want to keep a nice straight line, head all the way through the knees. Nice work. And you might notice that your heart rate drops in this one, okay? But we're fatiguing your muscles, okay? So we're not trying to train fitness and cardio in this round. We're trying to fatigue the muscle, and by fatiguing it, it might grow. Well done. Try and get that heel up towards the roof. I'm doing that middle bit of range, okay? Not a massive amount of range for this one. Great work. I think this is third round. Smashing it. Doing well. So again, if you want to try and keep up with the coach and do it at our pace and the difficulty we're doing it at, this is in her third round, okay? So don't try and speed ahead. You're trying to feel that burn on the muscle. Slow and controlled. Should only be about 3 rounds through. Nice work. We have about 1 minute 30 left, team. Keep going. How are the hammies? Yeah. This one does burn on the hammies. However, you know, each set it will subsequently get a little bit harder. And it's not a muscle that we use like that all the time. Really good though, if you get strong through your hammies, you'll actually notice potentially that your hips loosen off, so your hip flexors can get a bit looser and your body will feel a bit nicer and stronger if those hammies or the hamstrings are a little bit stronger. Well done, Jess. Keep going. Under 1 minute left. All right, like our other strength round, if you can, I want you to ramp it up a notch and go a little bit quicker, so not as slow on the way down now. So I want Jess to power through that 4th round. We're trying to get our heart rate up a little bit now and then lead that into our next cardio round. Doing well. Feel it on the glute? Good. Yeah. It's a lot of reps. Well done. We've got under 10 seconds remaining. 3, 2, and have a breather. Well done. Alright, so that is our last strength round done. We have one more cardio round or fitness round. So this one is a little bit of a mixed bag in terms of the reps. So if you're confused, feel free to just follow along. But the first one is a forward run, backward run into 5 squat jumps. Alright, small and fast, little reps. Our second one is mountain climbers. Do you want to demo that for me, Jess, once you've Yeah, mountain climbers. So there's two variations you could do: across the body or straight in front. Across the body is a little bit trickier. So like so. This one will use those oblique muscles, and it sort of shapes the part of your muscles just above your hip on the sides. Alright, and then you can go more straight through, which is more those muscles down the middle. Okay, neither's right or wrong, just pick a variation for you. And our last one is that lateral run. Okay, so from about where I am, just be running and then coming to that bench. Yeah, just sliding across. Alright, so getting ready, team. Next round goes in 3, 2, 1. You're trying to get through as many rounds as you possibly can get through. So I have forward run, backward run, into 5 small fast squat jumps. Our second one is that mountain climber one. Pick the variation that's right for you. You can see Jess is doing an amazing job of not letting her hips hike up too high, staying nice and low and trying to get those knees through towards her elbows. Alright, doing really, really well. And the next one, I'll get out of the way, is that lateral run. So up and back is 1 rep, and she's going for 5 of them. Okay. If you've got a heart rate monitor for this round, like a watch or something you can see in front of you, it'd be awesome to see if you can keep pushing that up. Okay, each round your heart rate should get a little bit faster. Do more. Good stuff. So that's 1 round down, and that took just about 1 minute. Alright, so we're going to be aiming for between 5 to 6 rounds for this one. Doing really well. Nice work. As much as you can, as you fatigue, try not to let those hips come up. Okay, we want to stay nice and low through those hips and drive the knees through. Well done. You can see Jess is working quite hard. Nice work. Good. Being nice and soft through those knees, so we don't want to be really heavy. So imagine trying to make as little noise as possible as you slide left to right. Doing well. Keep going, team. Nice work. Still on track for Jess to get through 6 rounds. Again, if you're trying to keep up with a super fit coach, she's just finished her 2nd round. Well done. Good stuff. Next one is the mountain climbers, 30 reps. Good. You've seen that she's changed the variation. So sometimes your muscles can fatigue with one variation. So we swap to another one so that we can keep working nice and hard. Well done. As much as you can on those mountain climbers, I try and have my hands directly underneath my shoulders and pull those shoulder blades back. It is tricky once you start to fatigue, but it's really important, even when you're fatiguing, to still maintain that good form and be thinking about it. Well done. Keep pushing. We just ticked over halfway, guys. Alright, and Jess is just finishing that 3rd round, so we're still right on track to get through 6 rounds. Well done. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Great stuff. Well done. I don't know if you guys can hear, but she's breathing pretty heavy. She's working as hard, if not harder, than some people out there, so she's absolutely killing it. Alright. Keep pushing, Jess. Well done. Feel competitive out there. So Jess just got into her 4th round. Okay? We've almost got about 2 minutes left. If anything, her pace has started to ramp up, and that's what I want you guys out there to try and do, is see if you can take that intensity up a notch now. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock. Well done. Nice work, Jess. Keep pushing, keep trying to see how high you can get that heart rate. Keep looking across to your heart rate monitor. It might be a watch, might be your phone, whatever you can see that heart rate on. Really good to be able to see it and keep pushing towards getting it as high as you can. Right, that last minute 30, we're aiming to get it as high as we possibly can. Hold on, keep going. 1 minute 30 left. Well done, just finishing off that 5th round. Good, she's actually taking that intensity up a notch. Let's go. Quick lateral runs now. Good, quick in, quick out. Great work, come on. See if we can start that 7th round. Good stuff. Well done. You can see she transitions through exercises quite quickly. And that's what the goal eventually for you guys out there should be, is to see how quickly you can go from one exercise to the next and minimize the breaks you might need in a set. But if you need that break, that's completely fine as well. Well done. We are under 1 minute left. This is our final sprint home. Whatever round that you're on, I want you to really work towards finishing it as quick as you can. Let's go, Jess. See if you can get into starting that 7th round. Well done. Keep checking out that heart rate. Keep seeing if you can push it a little bit higher. Well done. Keep going. Nice work. 10 seconds left. You can see she's just started that 7th round. Would love to hear on Yammer how many rounds you can get. Well done. Okay. Great stuff, team. So that concludes the main bulk of the session. We do have a bit of a finisher, and then please stick around. We'll have a bit of a cool down and a nice chilled chat right at the end. Alright, so while Jess is recovering, our finisher has 2 different movements, okay? We're gonna have 4 rounds, but we're gonna do 15 crunches, and we'll show a couple variations like from the floor once Jess has recovered. Something of my words today. And then we'll do 15 crunches and 10 sit-ups, okay? So with the crunches, a nice way to do is to cross those arms over and then bring those elbows towards your knees. Okay, so we're lifting to the front of the back. Okay, it shouldn't cause any back pain. If you get any back pain, choose a different variation. To make it a fraction harder, Jess could lift her legs up off the floor a little bit. Okay, so they're the 2 different variations that I'll give you guys for crunches today. And then the next one is sit-ups, okay? You can do them without your arms, which is very tricky, or you can have your arms behind your head and use the momentum of your arms swinging forward to help propel you through. Okay, so that's more of a non-arm variation. Alright, with that one, so instead of the arms behind the head, Jess, I'll get you to start either side of your head, and then as you swing the hands through, use that momentum. So I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, like that. So like down, and then coming up using the momentum of your arms. Awesome. Alright, have a rest. We've always done another round. Alright, so getting set up for that one, if you've got a mat at home, be perfect, or just some comfortable carpet, wherever you can get set up. Alright, our next round we're going to go in 10, okay? The way it works, finish a round, you'll have about 10-15 seconds to recover. Alright, and we're trying to get through 4 rounds as quick as you can. So 15 crunches. If you want to make your core work even trickier, instead of trying to get through it as quick as you can, controlling it down. So come up to the knees and then slow on the way down. With that sit-up, we want to try and use that momentum of the arms and then slow our body back down the way down. Well done. Killing it, Jess. Keep going. Well done. Alright, I think that was 10. No, just 10 of them. 15 crunches, 10 sit-ups. Well done. Alright, so 10-15 seconds, catch your breath, and then you're back into your crunches. Alright, so that's 1 round down, and we've got 3 to go. Feeling it, Jess. How are the abs feeling? Burning? Alright, good to go, team. Nice. So if you're quite strong, if you're doing a lot of Pilates or yoga, you might have more control on the way down. So you can just go a little bit slower and make it a little bit harder for yourself. Don't feel like you have to go at the same pace that we're going. Make the variations harder for you. Conversely, if it's feeling tricky, just go a little bit quicker. Alright. with those sit-ups, try to avoid pulling that head forward. So you're either doing the arms in front version or hands beside your body and using that to swing through. Well done. Great work. To make it easier to have an anchor point, you could put your feet under a couch. If that will sort of lock down your feet, that will make it a fraction easier. Or if you've got someone in your house that is willing to hold the feet down, it will make the exercise a little bit easier and make it a little bit more fun. Alright, we're into that third round. Once Jess is ready, we've got the crunches again. So 15 crunches, 10 sit-ups. This one does progressively get harder, so you may need breaks in between reps, and that is completely fine. Just take your time to get through it all. Well done. Alright, if you're quite strong through your core, just controlling that rep on the way down. Good work. Well done. It does start to burn, does start to get pretty tricky. Really important we control through that lower back, keep it nice and straight, no matter which variation we choose to do, okay? So all that movement is coming from the upper back, so from here up, rather than the lower back bending, okay? That we want to avoid. Well done, Jess. Good, like I said, you may need to rest between reps. That's completely fine at this stage. It does get progressively harder. All right, but just trying to slow it down on the way down to make it tricky. Well done. Is that a round done? No. Well done. Okay, so just finish that third round. So 15, 20 seconds, catch your breath. When she's ready, then she'll go back into those 15 crunches and 10 sit-ups. This is the last round. She was very excited to know that it was the last round. Funny. Well done. So a cool thing that you guys can do, so if you're still in previous rounds, which is completely fine, just break your reps down into chunks, okay? So you might be able to do 5 at a time. So just do 5, let yourself recover, all right, and then go again. I'd rather you do it with good form in those chunks than trying to do it with bad form and do them all back to back. Well done. We're coming into the final stretch. Well done. Again, like just doing, you can rest between reps, break it down into chunks, have a think in your head, how many can I do at a time? Might be 2, might be 3, might be 1, that's completely fine. Almost there. How many we got left? You got it. Alright, well done team. If you're still going, feel free to pause the video here, finish off the challenge in your own pace, that's completely fine. And then when you're ready to do your recovery, just press play. Alright, so because that session was a lot of quads, alright, we're going to use a bar or just something to balance on, and I'll get Jess just to do a bit of a quad stretch. Alright, really important with all of our stretches, and Jess made a really good point of this last time, is just to try and control your breathing. Okay, your recovery is more about trying to slow your breathing down, bring yourself back to that baseline, as much as it is about the stretches that we give you. Alright, and then just swapping gently onto the other side. With those recovery stretches, it's more on you guys about how long you would like to do it for, okay? If you feel like it's releasing and it's good, you can go for 10 seconds, up to like 30 seconds, up to almost a minute. Alright, just depends how much you feel like you need to stretch that muscle. The next one, so we did this one last time sitting on the ground. This time we're going to try it standing up. So you're just going to cross that leg over, push your hip back, and try and feel that through your glute. Okay, so the leg that crosses over, you're trying to feel it in that glute. Alright, if it's a bit tricky to balance after doing the whole HIIT session, which is completely understandable, just do the same thing from the ground. It's a tricky one with long levers, isn't it? You can do it from the ground if you prefer. Alright, lastly, I'll get Jess to go on the floor. This is a good one. So you're just going to lie on your back, It's a really good one to work on some deep breathing. Hands out to the side, so you're opening up like a snow angel. All right, and then you're just going to rotate one leg across the body. Keep one leg straight, rotate across. All right, and just let yourself go. A nice big breath in, big breath out. All right, the eventual goal for this one is to try and get that knee closer to your elbow with those hands out nice and straight. And then gently swapping sides. So after you've done a couple breaths, just gently swapping to the other side. And hopefully you're realizing out there, as you slow down your breathing, you're starting to feel a bit calmer. Hopefully you feel good after doing a hard HIIT session. Alright, quick reminder out there, guys. So with that water bottle, make sure you're replacing the fluids that you've lost. Make sure you're prioritizing your sleep. Okay, those things are going to be massive to your recovery and awesome for your training. Okay, the more recovered you are, the harder you're going to be able to train. And then also replacing what you've lost in terms of food, putting that back into the body in terms of protein, and then having some carbohydrates to refuel the body so you're ready to train again for your next session. Apart from that, guys, would love to see any content that you can post up on the Yammer page, any sweaty selfies, if you did it in partners, if some dogs got involved in your session. We would love to see all that sort of stuff and see you guys build a lovely community. And that is going to be it from us today, guys. Thank you from Alex and Jess. Thank you.